What's going on, everyone? Thanks again for subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you haven't, so make sure you do right there down below. Hey, this week we welcome the boys of Saints of Death, the Canadian metal band. Tells us about coming up with a new album after being away for some time. This interview is brought to you by our good friends of Ball Wash. Make sure you visit ballwash.com and use the promo code The Roman Show. Enjoy the interview, everyone. Thanks. Awesome. Well, Chris, I want to talk first and foremost about the new album, Ascend to the Throne. Again, it dropped on earlier this month in July, and this is something, and we'll talk about it later here. But your last EP was dropped back in 2015. This is your latest album in 2020. But let's talk about what just dropped this month in July. What has been the feedback so far about Ascend to the Throne?
I think it's been really good. You know, it's still early in the release process, and you know, like having that whole break between 2015 to 2020 for various reasons, you know, kind of slowed down the overall, you know, the progress. But yeah, so far it's been great, man. Like everyone that we talk to, everyone that we've sent it to, everyone, you know, that's listened to it, like it's all been great feedback so far, really. You know.
And now, Chris, you talk about this album. You know, we have some bands that they just don't put anything out for years, and they coming out with like the best thing ever. Do you feel that break? And again, you mentioned the various reasons, the reasons why you weren't together, putting up some music. But do you feel that this is better, as if you guys were able to push something sooner?
You know what? It would have helped keep the ball rolling, you know. But at the same time, we had to wait, and we had to make sure that if we were going to release, you know, this collection of songs, that we did it the right way, and it just took a little bit of time to get together. But now that it's together, you know, the album can speak for itself, you know. So maybe it delayed the process a little bit, but we're a much more solid band, and we're able to support this album the proper way because we took the time to wait, you know.
So when you said for various reasons, so why was that layoff from that 2015 to 2020?
Well, we toured on the first self-titled EP for about a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, there was just a member changes, and we were becoming an international band. And you know, like when you're just starting out and become an international band, there's a lot of process that change. There's a lot of things that people have to, you know, process, and some people drop out, and like we had some member issues, you know. Just about taking it to the next level, you know, and we finally found that, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. So now we can proceed to keep rocking.
And what was the right fit? You know, what was the right combination? Did you go through one or many more changes in the band before you finally got the right fit?
Yeah, man, it took a lot, man. We went through, you know, without going into all of the details. Like it took a long time, you know, like with the image and the marketing and being on the same page, you know. It took a lot to get the right people in the room, and you know, sometimes it took 1 month with someone before they realized that wasn't for them, or 2 months, you know, and everything kind of pushed everything back. So, but
now you finally got the right fit.
But now we got the right fit, and we embarked, like you said, on the tour where the footage for You Can't Run is from. Like we did that in 2018, and we've had the same lineup since then.
So,
and it's great. It's great now. You know, like we got the whole album done. We're working on more material, and we toured together you know, a lot of times on airplanes, and you know, we really know each other, and we all have the same goals in mind.
You know, and how is it dealing with that? That itself is probably a headache, you know, trying to find the right members to fit in. You know, one person has one idea, the other guy has another idea. I mean, it's just kind of like with your girlfriend, right? You guys sometimes just can't come to an agreement on certain things.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot, right? And you know, me and Twan kind of held it together through tough times, and it was a little rough, but you know what? Now we're putting out the album, and it's exactly that, ascending to the throne. You know, there's nothing good happens without some trial and tribulations and patience and all sorts of other things. You know, so yeah, it's just like true meaning of that. You know, now we're finally ready. You know?
So You Can't Run, which the video just recently dropped, it has some footage of that tour that you guys were. It was that in Mexico? That's where it was, or just Central America?
Yeah, it was Mexico. Yeah, that was our first tour over in Mexico, and we basically just went for it. We went over there and we were playing small clubs, and we were playing all sorts of small clubs, you know, and stuff like that. And that was the footage that we compiled from that first tour. More recently, we've been back over there. We've played some much bigger festivals and stuff like that. But yeah, the footage from that video is from our very first experience ever touring over there, and it was really good. We did a tour called the Canadian Invasion Tour, and us and another band from Vancouver called West of Hell went over there, and we did I think we did 12 shows in 11 days.
Wow. And you could tell off that footage. I mean, the Mexicans love their metal, man. I mean, the mash pits were pretty wild.
Oh man, they, you know, their metal, their music, their art, their families, everything. You know, like they have a real culture over there, and a lot of that stuff is still integrated in everything they do. You know, it's awesome to see crowd participation and to see your art bring that out of people, you know, and they're not scared. They're not standing in a corner of a room with their arms crossed. Like they're embracing of any type of, you know, music and stuff like that, as well, you know, if it's good or if, you know, whatever. But
so
yeah, it's really cool.
So, Ascend to the Throne. What are tell me some of the lyrics here behind the inspiration of this album. What did it come about? You said, was it primarily through the transition that the band was going through, or was there other things?
I mean, the album isn't a concept album by any means, so it's not every song is about, you know, one main kind of thing, but I don't know, it's a lot of songs that we've, like, some of it is about, you know, working towards your goals, you know, and finally achieving them, you know, through hardships and stuff. Some of the album talks about mental health, you know, like our first single off the album, Repentance, is one of the slower songs of the album, but it talks about, you know, mental health and, you know, like trying to see light in the dark, and some of it talks about political stuff, and some of it talks about achieving personal goals, and, you know, like how you can't imagine realistically that's a song, because our singer Twan is an actor, and he's done a couple of horror visuals, and it's literally just like a horror movie song, you know, about being together, you know. It kind of covers a lot of stuff, right?
Cool stuff. Now, which song are you looking forward to performing live, if you haven't already done so, because of the whole pandemic thing, or have you that you've already played live that you really just love to perform it live because of the reaction it gets from the crowd?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to playing Soldiers of Metal more. It's the newest song that we wrote on the album, and it's the last song on the album. And yeah, we've only ever played it live in Mexico on the last 2 festival tours. So we've only probably played it live six times, but it's never been released. So now it's released. So hopefully the fans can get into it. They can get into the lyrics. You know, it's about being united as a metal community and not being judgmental. You know, and like just rocking for what it's worth. You know, and not compartmentalizing different, subgenres and this and that. It's about being united. And it went over really good in Mexico, but yeah, we haven't played it live a lot, so hopefully.
And now during this pandemic,
that one goes over good.
And during the pandemic, have you taken advantage of write some more? Since everyone is pretty much on break, and we don't know when the hell we're gonna get back on stage and perform. But have you guys taken this and flipped it and worked on some new stuff to potentially release some more material later this year or next year?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like we have our whole studio. Set up. So before COVID happened, we're actually already, now that the album's out, we actually have the time to kind of set it aside and work on more material. So yeah, we have actually written about 4 songs for our next album, and we've done the pre-pro on them, and we recorded them and listened back and figured out ideas that we want to take into the studio. So yeah, totally. And we have like 4 songs written for the next one.
So did you guys have some scheduled tours before this thing hit? And if so, do you guys have any prediction of maybe when we're gonna go out on stage that you're aware of?
Yeah, it's really hard to say. It's hard to say what's gonna happen. It's out of our control.
Right.
But that being said, we did have a lot of stuff that kind of got canceled this summer. Last summer was our first time. Last summer was our first time. Last summer was our first time going out, and we did a lot of work last summer that we tried to obviously keep the ball rolling with that, and the COVID stuff has obviously put a damper on that. But we're just keeping productive, and when we get back on stage, it's going to be bigger, better shows than it already is.
Good stuff. So I want to thank you so much for your time here and joining us on the program. Saints of Death, check out Ascend to the Throne, available right now on your favorite streaming services like Spotify and so forth. And also follow the band on social media, Saints of Death, on Facebook and all the other socials there. Anything else you like that, Chris?
Hey man, just keep rocking and stay positive during this stuff. Sorry, one second. And and check out the new album. It's available everywhere, so you guys can find it if you're looking.